to another episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the land where this conversation takes place, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Today I'm chatting to Melbourne cake couturier Aidan Robinson from Chic to Partie, and what an absolute pleasure it was. Aidan got in touch with me through Instagram and I am so happy that he did. Aidan's one of those chefs who so love what they do that it almost shines out of them. Aidan always knew he wanted to be a chef, and more specifically a pastry chef. He started his career aged 15 in Manchester, did his apprenticeship at a Michelin star restaurant in Devon before moving to London and getting a job on pastry at Heston Blumenthal's dinner. After 4 years, Aidan was ready for a change and was offered a job at the newly opened Dinner by Heston in Melbourne, which he loved for the 3 years it lasted, before being told, along with the rest of the staff, that they would have no job in a week. Valentine's Day 2020 was the last day for the restaurant, which for Aidan meant no sponsorship and major visa problems. We talk about all that in the conversation, so I'll skip ahead to the spoiler. Everything is fine now. Actually, it's better than fine. Aidan is thriving, making beautiful treats for his own business, Chic to Partie, working as a private chef to a retired Melbourne entrepreneur, and basically living life like it's golden. We met at Kirk's Wine Bar in Hardware Lane in the city, and Aidan was a darling and bought me an Aperol Spritz. So you'll hear all that too. Settle in and enjoy the conversation. Aidan, it's lovely to meet you.
You too. You want a drink first?
I would love a drink, yeah, let's do that.
Aperol or you...
Oh, Aperol's a good idea.
Yeah?
Perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for seeing me.
Oh, of course.
Because I think I found you through, you know a few of my friends from dinner.
I know, I seem to be talking to a few of you, and I spoke to another one, Gareth, at
Tarts and On. Oh, amazing.
So not for Conversation with a Chef, but for Broadsheet. They sent me to him.
Yeah.
Because he was in the cookbook, the Broadsheet cookbook.
Yes.
So I think it's part of that sort of pushing that a bit. Yeah.
So me and Gareth worked together.
Yeah, I
both
know
on
that.
pastry.
Well, you would have. That's right.
Yeah. You know Ike and Rasheen and...
Yes.
I'm not sure who else maybe, but...
I feel like someone else said something to me about... I just feel like Dinner by Heston has been cropping up a lot lately.
Yeah.
well,
either a lot of us stayed and made something of ourselves, otherwise most of them had to go back home.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hearing Danny Valent's indignance and outrage on the podcast, and absolutely, like I don't.
I was one of the more unfortunate ones, I guess, because I was actually moved here.
Yeah.
From London. So when it did end, like my sponsor was invalid. Didn't have a job. I couldn't get a job because no one wanted to transfer that visa at the time before COVID.
But like, even hearing how much it costs to transfer a visa when staff are in short supply and all of those kinds of things, they're making it very hard for hospitals. $5,000.
Yeah. And that was 2 years ago.
Yeah. I know.
So it was crazy.
It's crazy. But as you say, I mean, you've been here 3 years and you've got, your partner and like...
5 years now.
5 years, 5 years now, that's right. And so it was home, and it is home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it wasn't great. And we only got a week's notice. I'm sure you've heard all the stories.
Yeah, I know.
Literally kicked on the street. Literally.
I know. Well,
after 7 years for me.
Yeah.
4 years in London and 3 yeys here. So,
It's outrageous, isn't it? I mean, and really, in hearing... Yeah, Danny say about, Crown is such a big employer and hospitality giant.
Yeah, exactly. But Crown, I think itself was a very dodgy game as well. So yeah, it's a shame how it ended.
It is a shame how it ended, but I feel like so much good has come from it for a lot of people. Actually, you know, like the people that left there. I understand it was a really amazing place to work, but I mean,
Did you ever get to go
there?
No,
I didn't. No.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Good food. Good service.
Yeah.
Sad. So only in London, and now they have one in Dubai.
Dubai.
They just opened one up in Dubai.
Yeah. It's amazing. I guess it would go down really well in Dubai.
Yeah.
Like being seen and spending money and so on. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I was interested though to hear, I heard you mention that you became a chef at 15.
Yep.
And so that's the classic path, isn't it, for chefs
Yeah,
to
so
start early. But did you always know?
Loved cookery at school.
You did?
And started doing like afternoon tea on the weekends.
Yeah.
So did that when I was in like my last year of school. And then finished and knew
that
I
was
didn't...
in Manchester?
Yeah, so I'm from Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was home. Did that for a year whilst that... Maybe I'll get 2 drinks. Oh, no, it's gone.
Yeah.
I was doing that at home. And then obviously finished school and was like, do I do an apprenticeship or do I go to uni or college type of thing? And I knew I didn't want to study like paper stuff. I wanted to be more hands-on. So that's when I did the apprenticeship. Did that for 2 years with a pretty good, well-known chef called Michael Keynes.
Yeah.
Got like 2 Michelin stars back home and that was it really. Took off from there. Worked in Devon for 2 years.
Was your family a foodie family?
Just
Mum?
Thank you. Just two Aperols, please.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, not at all. My grandparents like to cook. My granddad always used to grow his own fruit and veg, so I got involved pretty early in that stage, but mum and dad can cook to save the life.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's because the parents are super inspiring and, and their family life's all about food, and sometimes it is the opposite. It's just like, it just comes from something within you, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've probably been cooking since maybe I was, 12, 13?
Yeah.
And then baking with my grandma and then kind of just grew into something that I did every day.
Yeah, and so the afternoon teas, I guess, is sort of tending towards pastry.
Yes, so
you were always into
pastry?
Always
pastry, yeah. So even when I did my apprenticeship, it was pastry orientated. I still had to cover food and safety of all the other stuff, but purely just pastry. So, it's been like, 12 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is it about that, do you think? It's about, because I was saying to Gareth that it's quite scientific in a way.
Yeah, creative, scientific.
Yeah.
Artwork behind it, Yeah. So, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I would never see myself in the kitchen, but I've always enjoyed doing the pastry side to it. If it's at home or at work.
Yeah,
so obviously working at a place like Dinner was very military-like, very strict and followed recipes guide by guide, and I just grew into that and that became like my family. 7 years, so I think I started at Dinner when I was 19. And then I moved here, and I'm 27 now. So
yeah. Wow.
So I worked for Devon. I worked in Devon for that. Have you heard of Michael Caine?
No, I haven't.
He's pretty famous. He only has one arm, but has 2 Michelin stars. So he had a car accident one night. Working all those horrible hours, had an accident, lost an arm, and then became very well known after that. Lovely guy, good mentor.
Yeah.
And then, because that was in the countryside, I got a bit bored of that. I was in my teens, so I was 18.
Yeah.
And then I moved to London, and then I had a few. Thank you.
Thank you.
Had a few interviews around.
Cheers.
Santé Bono. Had a few interviews around London, and then found myself getting a job at Heston's, and loved it every day since.
Amazing. So you're really someone who hasn't had lots of different jobs. You've had sort of two major ones, I suppose.
2 major ones, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it would have been probably about 3 years with doing the apprenticeship, and then they took me on after that.
Yeah.
As like a chef de Partie, and then I moved to London and started there and just worked my way up, and then they moved me here.
Yeah. Yeah, but you wanted to go to Copenhagen.
Yeah. So that's why I was leaving London.
Yeah, so you were ready to leave anyway.
Yeah, so 4 years. I couldn't really move up much more at Dinner at the time because we had such a big team. It was either the head chef or me. I was like, I'm not going to have his role anytime soon, so it's like, let's move on somewhere else. Denmark purely because 2 of my best friends worked there at Noma and Geranium, and I could have got into one of those places, which would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And Copenhagen's just a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But that fell through with Ash. So he was the exec of Dinner, like Heston's, right-hand man.
Right.
And then he contacted me. We've got a job for you here. We'll pay for your flight, give you a visa. When can you come?
Yeah.
It's like, once in a lifetime opportunity. I actually have family here too.
Yeah.
So that was really.
Yeah.
I think that helped the decision too.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a big move. I'd already left home quite early, 17. to work to do the apprenticeship in the countryside. I was like 4 hours from home.
Yeah.
So I was already quite independent by then, but like moving to Australia was like, big move, but I never regretted it.
Was there a bit of a culture shock though when you first arrived?
No. I actually like the life from living in London. The lifestyle here was so much better.
Yeah.
And you get a lot more for your money here.
Yeah.
London was so expensive.
Yeah.
I'd have to share with maybe 3 housemates, and you're paying for your room. Where I came here and I've got like my own house for the same price what you were paying for there. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But when I moved here, I stayed with family and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my auntie lives in Sydney, and then she has 2 kids, like my great cousins in Melbourne.
That's great. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's nice.
And obviously, I knew a lot of people at dinner because they had already made the move for the opening like a year ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's it like to work? Well, I suppose you don't have any comparison, but I feel like there's a lot of chefs in the kitchen at a place like dinner.
So, yeah. So
How
I
many
think
on
there was about 50 in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there was about 13 of us on pastry. And then
huge, isn't it?
the same in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like from like managers to sommeliers, commies. It was like 100 staff team.
So does it not become impersonal, or do you get to know all of those people? Or?
Yeah, you get to know.
Yeah.
So we had a 3-day rota, so we had 3 days off, which was nice. Wouldn't be set days, and we were open every day.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the rota, but you would always see everyone and work with them.
Yeah.
But it depends how long people stay.
Yeah.
Especially in London, we got a lot of people that come and it wasn't for them, Especially in London, I used to work 80-hour weeks.
Yeah.
And that was the norm.
Yeah.
Some people couldn't get used to that, but even here it was very difficult too. We had like a lot of back-to-back shifts, so I'd finish service one night at midnight, and the next day I'd be on an early, and I'd be starting at 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's exhausting, isn't it?
Yeah. But I was so used to that.
So that sort of work safe or the working rules now that we have, does that stop that kind of thing? Or
Yeah. Well, that's why.
That's why
what happened.
they got into trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was strange how London still gets away with it, but I guess just different rules there. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I mean, there is, I know Danny said this, and I was thinking I've spoken to lots of chefs too who just love what they're doing so much that they're willing to put in the hours, but I guess it's about respect and what's fair and being paid for that as well. So
Yeah. Well, I think when you sign up to a job like that, you kind of know what you're in for. Or I did anyway. I've been doing it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that's all I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could never imagine having a job like, it's 9 till 5 and then you have the night off. Like, it's not really how a restaurant works, is it? So
No,
it's
that's
always
right.
hard to think about that.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
loved it, and the pay was very good here compared to London.
Yeah.
But again, that was just the difference between London and Melbourne. So yeah, but I learned so much, loved it. Everyone became family.
So much, yeah.
Just the way it ended. It was actually 2 years on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I know, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Gareth was saying that as well, because I saw him on Monday on Valentine's Day, and he was saying it was the anniversary of it all coming to an end. So yeah, you would have learnt a lot, and because I hadn't been to the Duck or to dinner.
Yep.
I just sort of imagined anything by Heston had lots of molecular stuff, but Gareth was saying it not so much. It was a bit more pared back at dinner and a lot more classic.
That's why dinner was so popular, I think. So Fat Duck, yes.
Yeah.
Very theatrical, and you come in and you're sitting there for 4 hours having tasting menus and different experiences. Like, it takes you to the countryside through food, and then you're at the beach with the seashells and all that type of stuff, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But you don't do that every day.
No.
Where dinner was a lot more stripped back, like you were saying,
Yeah.
a la carte.
Yeah.
You can go there, you can have a good steak and chips, but it's going to be the best one you ever had.
Yeah.
So more food like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were there challenging things to getting your head around pastry in a kitchen like that, in terms of the learning curve, or you just lapped it all up?
Yeah, well, the way it worked was, so normally when you say you're a pastry chef, you think, you're just doing one thing all the time. But dinner was such a big restaurant, and we used to do so many covers. We actually had different sections in the pastry section.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So you would have the ice cream section, so they would be in charge of making the ice creams, churning those every day, and then they would also have 3 plated desserts. And then you would have the tipsy section, the tipsy cake section, so they're purely, doing the tipsy cakes. We would do hundreds of those a day. And then you would have the service, like the pass. So either myself or Gareth was doing that.
Yeah.
And then the back was more like the cheese and more preppy stuff. And then obviously downstairs, production.
Yeah.
So there was, 5 sections on the pastry section.
That's crazy.
So it
Wow.
was such a, operation.
It is.
Hence, so many staff, and so
Yeah.
many hours, especially with the covers that we used to have to do. So
Yeah. And how they
Yeah.
keep track of all of that, that's incredible.
exactly. Well, that's why there was so many staff and people that have been there for years and worked their way up to become managers and stuff to keep it consistent. Because obviously Heston's not there.
Yeah.
So Ashley would fly in every few months to see how things go, and everything goes through him, like development, recipes, etc. But yeah, just learned so much. Very exciting every day. Every day was different.
Yeah. It sounds
And obviously we
amazing.
changed the menu seasonally as well, so
Yes.
it's not always, you just do this. But because you had those different sections, once someone became, comfortable there, then we would swap them to something else just to, keep them learning, which was always nice. So once you've done them all, and then you can,
It sounds thrilling and like you learned a lot and so on, but then I read somewhere that you said you wouldn't go back to a restaurant.
No, so then it was obviously I've started the business now.
Yeah.
So that became through my building.
Yes.
We had a WhatsApp group, so obviously lost a job,
Yes.
couldn't get a job,
Yeah.
then COVID hit.
Yes.
What am I doing? Am I going home? Or am I going to stay and try and figure something out?
Yeah.
And I actually joined a WhatsApp group for the building that I'm in. More of like a community thing. In the first lockdown, no one knows what's going on. Someone needs to go to the shops and needs something, message me type of thing.
Yeah, we've
It's
got
very
one
nice.
in our building as well. But
So lovely, It's like it's like 50 people on that.
Yeah.
I'm not in a big sky rise. It's a nice little old building, like good community now.
Yeah.
And I was told just introduce yourself. Pastry chef. I don't have a job. Message me if you need a cake because you can't get one anywhere.
Yeah.
And everyone still wants to celebrate the birthday,
Yeah.
even if you're in lockdown.
Yeah.
And I got 20 orders, in the hour. I was like, this is mad.
Wow.
So everyone's just trying to support me, and
Yeah.
But at that point, so pastry chef and cake maker is a lot different.
Yes, it is.
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, so I've been a pastry chef for 11 years.
Yeah.
I've made cakes at home, but I've not done it to the level that I would do a dessert, let's
Yeah.
say.
So how'd you make that shift?
So kind of getting into that, and I wasn't saying I'll just do this. Message me, something you haven't been able to make. One was I tried to make Portuguese tarts 10 times, failed. Can I order 20 from you? It's yeah, and it gave me that confidence back and, ability to be to work again.
Yeah.
After so many weeks of having the restaurant closed and not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
It's it's exciting again,
And I guess even if it's something that you hadn't maybe done before, you've
Yeah.
got that knowledge of how
Exactly.
ingredients work and
Yes.
and what
So
to
it's
do,
just trying
yeah.
to use that knowledge and apply it into doing this. So.
Yeah. Your
And then
cakes look amazing on
Thank
your
you.
Instagram. Your Instagram looks it's so it's very pink and blue. It's very bright.
yeah, so that's
and uplifting. It's gorgeous.
so Pink and Blue is the brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously got those orders and started working through that, getting to know the neighbours and getting their support. And then just weeks went by and I was like, I can make something of this.
Yeah.
Started the Instagram, not like what it looks like now. I was doing it myself, just taking photos and stuff like that. Chic de Partie came through Chef de Partie.
Yeah.
And Chic I like fashion, so that was easy for me to come up with that. And then just the Instagram.
Yeah.
It's crazy how Instagram works.
Yeah.
And then that just kind of blew off.
Yeah.
Danny was in touch, and then I've been in the Herald Sun and all the good food and all that stuff. And then obviously that helps and gets your name out more, and
Yeah.
but mostly word of mouth.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is. I think it's it's probably the great thing about a lot of big cities. But it's a great thing about Melbourne is that people are really they want those stories and they want
Yes.
to.
I would never imagine doing what I'm doing now in London.
No.
Not a chance.
No. Yeah.
Not a chance. People are very willing to spend money on good, products here. Obviously, the name helped me sell quite well at the beginning.
Yeah.
Egg dinner by Hessian chef, pastry chef.
Yeah.
We loved it, and
Yeah.
that's how I ended up making. So I make the bougie brioche. So they used to make a tipsy cake, what we did there, like a small, single serve. Oh, can you make that? I want it for a dinner party. So I kind of reinvented it and make a bigger version, and called it a bougie brioche.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just stuff like that just flew out the window.
Are there certain things that you can't make because they're from the dinner kitchen, for example, or do you either things that you're not allowed to redo, or
Not really. So Tipsy Cake was from dinner, but it wasn't through dinner. It was through a pastry chef that used to work there. Obviously, I can't call it Tipsy Cake,
No.
but I just like reinvented it to become my own, just because someone's asked for it. Why not?
Yeah.
Because when I started off, I was very much I'm happy to do anything because that was good for me.
Yeah.
Trying new things because like I was saying, like I've been doing desserts for so long, but not so much cakes and things like that.
Yeah.
So just trying to see what worked well for me,
Yeah.
and also for like the customers too.
So how many orders are you getting a week now?
At the minute, it depends. So I've just been on holiday, but let's say Valentine's Day, so I just myself, just me at home. So I'll go back to the house bit as well. So got all the orders through the WhatsApp, and then obviously saw the demand and applied for the food license through the council. So pretty much turned a spare bedroom into a kitchen, fridge, storage, workbench, all the equipment I needed because I knew how I wanted to work.
Yeah.
And obviously, to get the license, you needed to be professional, everything labelled, blah, blah, blah. And that took a while
Yeah.
to get approved, just because of the lockdown. I think it took them like maybe 3 months to come and see me. So once that was all, ticked off and approved, it was like, this is it. And I can't believe it's been like 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but just through Instagram.
Oh, so you really got into that a month after.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I never really looked back.
Impressive. No, yeah.
Once you saw like the demand, it's like, okay, there's definitely something here that I can work on. It was just exciting, and obviously I love it now.
Yeah.
Being my own boss and, meeting all these new people and all the clients and their contacts. So apart from Chic de Partie, I'm also a private chef.
And I wanted to ask you about that. That's a good gig.
Yeah. Also through the building that I'm in.
Yeah.
So one of my neighbours is an economist to Harold Mitchell. Harold Mitchell's like this big entrepreneur. He's retired now, he's like 76. Lovely man. But that came about, she was one of the ones that ordered a cake. Obviously, take the cake up to her. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. She's like, it's actually for tomorrow. How would I go about it? It was quite a big cake. Apparently he had a Zoom call and he was going to share it and send it out to all his friends and family. So the day after, they send a chauffeur to come and pick me up. So I get chauffeured to Spring Street. It's got a 2-story penthouse. There, cutting up a cake. And then ever since, it's been cakes, lunch, everything. It's amazing.
That is amazing.
But so humble and such lovely people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You're going to have to write a book about your life, aren't you? I think so. This is one of those, maybe there's a movie in it.
No, it's like 2 years later and it still doesn't feel real.
No.
Having his connection.
Awesome. Yeah.
Because it's insane. He sent us to the tennis a few weeks ago in his whatever it was, like his VIP seats and
so you can have a life though as well, and weekends and evenings, I guess, and you can pick when you're going to do some baking.
Well, obviously Chic de Partie is the main priority,
Yeah.
and I do this on the side for them. It's only like once a week,
Yeah.
or if they need cakes, obviously that comes back to Chic de Partie, but just really good to have them behind me.
Yeah.
They've been very supportive.
Yeah.
And really helped me grow into Chic de Partie and things like that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
And so now your visa stuff's all over.
So I'm on a de facto with my partner.
Okay, yeah.
So he's from Thailand, but Australian citizen.
Yeah.
From about maybe last year.
Yeah.
We already had talk about doing that, but obviously fast forward that a bit because of my situation.
Yeah.
It's either or you come to London type of thing, which I wasn't ready to go back to London yet. Maybe in another 10 years or something.
Yeah, right.
But this was home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're making it work, absolutely work. That's awesome.
And now I'm obviously doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So order-wise, just depends. Obviously I can control it all. I have a website and everything now, so just trying to work it for me.
Yeah.
I was doing a bit too much. I hate to say no.
Yeah.
When you get people messaging, can we do this, can we do this? So I was working, I was probably working the same hours that I would do at the restaurant for myself, which is great. The more hours I was putting in, the more it was growing and growing. It was so rewarding to see that. But then I also burnt out a bit. I was like,
Yeah.
I need to step back. For some nights I was up till midnight still doing, orders because it was just myself and still at home.
Yeah.
And I outgrew home months and months ago. But trying to find I want to stay in the city.
Yes.
I'll tell you about why in a moment. So city or like South Melbourne.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a small shop,
Yeah.
not a cafe. I just need a kitchen.
Yeah.
A proper kitchen.
Yeah.
Just so I can grow a little bit more and get some help.
Yeah.
Like hire a staff, just to...
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you're at that point. That's so good.
Yeah. Just to let the load off me a bit. Because it is a lot. Because it's everything, I'm taking the orders, I'm making the orders, I'm delivering or waiting for pickups or, do you know what I mean?
Right.
Doing everything.
Yes.
Designing, trying to do new things.
And is it only people in Melbourne that can order from you? Or
Yeah.
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 Because of the integrity of the product, it can't travel, or
I can't travel, so everything's so fresh as well.
Yeah.
So normally it needs to be eaten on the day or the day before,
Yeah.
or the cake's like 3 days.
Yeah. Although it doesn't sound like you need people from anywhere else. So Melbourne's keeping you busy.
Melbourne's keeping me very busy.
And it's all just what do I want to say? People at home ordering. It's not restaurants or.
So a lot of clients are home based, yes, and then so the reason I was wanting to stay in the city, so I do a lot of wholesale too. So I used to do wholesale for most of the cafes during lockdown because I do quite a wide range of products. So I've got the cakes and I've got the brioche that I told you about, the Portuguese tarts, macaron. Yeah, exactly. So people were enjoying the variety as opposed to I just do this and that's all you can get. That was a bit boring for me. That's why I like to have the variety and keep it interesting and exciting for myself. So St. Ali, Entrecote, Abacus, we're all getting wholesale Portuguese tarts during the week. Who's doing like 200 a week from an oven? You can just a normal kitchen oven. Make it work. But I was up at like 5 a.m. baking like 10 trays and then they get sent off to all the cafes.
Yeah.
I've kind of packed that in a bit now because I don't really need that anymore. That was more of just a bit of support for me and me helping them out because they couldn't get the products and getting my name out a bit. But I also, Chanel, Cartier, Fendi and Dior, so all their VIPs, all the cakes go through me, which is insane.
It is insane.
Yeah.
and you must love it. Do you have it like from your fashion side? Do you have an in then with them?
Yeah, exactly. So I really love that aspect and getting to know them, and obviously all their clients are super, bougie, and obviously once they get something then they love it and then they pass the word on, so it's really worked out well. Yeah, but that was mostly during lockdown as well. A lot of them were still doing online shopping and they had a birthday, then they would be in touch with me, we need you to organise this cake for next week, send it to this address, blah de blah. And that was happening, across all of these, shops, and that's why I want to stay in the city, just because it'll be more accessible for them. I don't want to lose that relationship. I could move to Fitzroy and wouldn't be the same. Most of my clients are city-based as well.
And do you think about food a lot?
Yeah. Me and my partner, we were here yesterday, we were just out every day around Melbourne, just supporting as well. And obviously being in hospo, you either know the people working there or you understand why you love it so much, because you just like to be out and about. And that's what Melbourne's known for, right? Food and wine.
Do you have lots of cookbooks, or are you...
Loads of cookbooks. It's always trying to get new inspiration, but it's just having the time for that. That's what I was trying to say, trying to factor in some downtime for myself, because I would be working Monday to Sunday, flat out. So I've been trying to take Monday, Tuesdays off now. Just to unwind a bit, see friends, catch up with people, and read my cookbooks and just get new inspiration.
I was living vicariously through your Instagram photos of Hamilton Island.
That was...
But you obviously, you deserved that break.
Needed that. Because, I wouldn't have been away since...
Well, no one's been away.
2019,
That was...
just to get out of the... just to change the scenery. That's what we needed.
Beautiful.
We booked that 10 days before we went. It was let's just do it. We booked Tasmania the year before and then lockdown happened again. And it was So just to be able to go away and do that was, just like a breath of fresh air.
Amazing.
It was really what we needed.
I've booked tickets home to New Zealand several times. And
so you're from New Zealand?
Yeah. So I feel bad saying that because we don't have those same visa things. For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
That could always come to an end, that special visa.
Yeah.
But
no, it would be nice for you to go home.
Yeah.
Just nice to get out of, you do this, you know what I mean? Like, especially because I was so I'm in an apartment, and I know I'm working from home, but it wasn't like a 9 to 5 work from home.
No.
It was like every day, and I could not like escape.
No, that's right.
Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
But it just became, I think there was a point where it was just like burned out and had enough.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's just nice to relax. And now I'm back, and it's like, back to myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're so animated when you talk. It's so lovely talking to someone who's so passionate about what they've done, and I absolutely mean it. It's such an amazing story. It definitely is some kind of cinematic or book thing for sure.
Absolutely.
I reckon a book with some recipes in it and beautiful photos.
Yeah, one day. I've got quite a few things in the works as well this year, which is exciting. Mostly through friends as well.
Yeah.
Do you know Orlando? He has a cocktail. Again, somebody from dinner that started a cocktail business. He was like the head bartender at dinner.
Okay.
And he's doing really well, and he wants to like develop like collab cocktail with me at Chic Partie. So just little things like that are in the works for this year. Yeah.
What a
it's
fun
exciting.
life.
Yeah. And
Well
meeting
done.
all these, beautiful people. It's lovely to meet you.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm so glad you got in touch with me too, because sometimes I feel bad. Like I listen to Danny, and so I'm like, how did I not know about this person or that person? But there's so much going on all the time, and I do get a bit bogged down sometimes by French teaching and then trying to do the other stuff. But
I can imagine.
Not bogged down. I love French teaching, but yeah. So I'm so glad that you got in touch, because it was that was amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I did. I always like to talk, so.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I think there's plenty. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Aidan Robinson. If you want to experience all the greatness for yourself, which of course you do, you can follow Aidan on Instagram at Chic de Partie. That's at CHICDEPARTIE. And see his glorious blue and pink branding and gorgeous cakes, macarons, and all-round goodness. As for me, I'm also on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef, and if you want to read the chat, you can head to www.conversationwithachef.com. I would absolutely love it if you told a friend about my chats, and of course you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts or click follow on Spotify so I know you're there. Once again, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.